Okay, this video is for an evaluation of store number 2505 of O'Reilly Auto Parts. This is at 1165 15th Avenue in Longview, Washington. This is for Chris Coleman. We are going to look at a few different scopes here. We're evaluating the parking lot to see if there's any items of concern that need to be repaired at this time. So we're going to start off here at the corner of the property. Okay, currently there's a back alley to the store, and then right out here at 15th you have a one-way entrance that comes in onto the asphalt. Angled parking here. Throughout this whole area of angled parking, you've got oil spots in the each parking stall that need to be repaired. So from the yellow line, approximately 14 feet out, just past the catch basins, that asphalt needs to be removed and replaced to fix all the oil stains. Those oil stains are they're pretty soiled right now, and they are beat up pretty bad to where it is gravelly in a lot of these areas. So a lot of it's turned to gravel. There's concrete out here that's been broken, but I think it's part of city sidewalk. But we do have some city sidewalk here and some city sidewalk here that needs to be repaired, but I think that's probably part of the city. It's not ownership. We've got this bollard here at the end that's been hit by a vehicle, so it's a 4-inch pipe bollard that needs to be removed and replaced, and then asphalt fixed around it. You got all the striping that needs to be redone in here, all yellow striping. The wheel stops are in decent condition. They're not beat up enough to where they need to be replaced, so they could be reused, reset if this asphalt was repaired. Over here we've got 2 designated ADA stalls, and we're going to check the levels on this to see if it's ADA compliant at 2%. One thing I'm noticing though is that if this is van accessible and this is too, we have to provide some sort of striped walkway here to go out behind the stall and then connect over to here in order to go to this direction. We need to see if this area is indeed ADA compliant, or would it make sense to have it at the storefront. One thing's for sure too, stalls need to be restriped. They're all very faded. They're almost gone. So stall striping needs to be done. The ADA signs are up high enough at this point, so that's not an issue. So there is ADA signage. This lot looks like it has not been seal coated in quite some time. To preserve the asphalt, probably be a good idea to get it crack filled and seal coated. Goes all the way to the curbing here. This is all asphalt area, part of the property that needs to be restriped. This yellow curbing needs to be restriped. The lot needs to be probably power washed. Needs a little bit of power washing around the edges to get rid of all the moss, especially if seal coating is involved. Here at the storefront, this is the ADA accessible pathway, path of travel. It's at 0.7. By 0.9 in the building. Okay. Pathway still is ADA compliant. It's 0.5. Cross slope is 0.1. 2%. So path of travel right now from the doorway to the ADA stalls is ADA compliant on cross slope and running slope, but you've got little pitted areas here that could be a trip hazard in the concrete. There's what used to be a sign right here next to the doorway. So it's got a pin sticking out right there. Concrete patch was done right here. And then you got a crack in the asphalt there. It's not a trip hazard. And then you got the front entryway that has a little bit of damage to it as well. So, two options here. Two things could happen. One, the concrete gets taken out, removed and replaced all the way down to this area, and then this asphalt gets torn out in these two ADA stalls up along this curb. It all gets turned to concrete. That's option one. We could do that. This existing slope right now is very close. We've got 1.8. 1.1. Zero 0.6. So it's ADA compliant on this stall, as well as on the other stall too. You've got 1.8. Here, 0.6. Zero. So we're good there. We're also good. We're right at 2.0. By 0.4. Here, so we're within ADA compliance. In the actual stalls themselves, so the ADA area is actually ADA compliant, but right here at this seam, from this seam this direction, it gets close to where it's out of ADA compliance. 5.2%. So this area would have to change. Everything was good. It's even good down here. In this area, but right over in that corner, right here, it slopes down a little bit more than what is allowable for the ADA area. This should be 2% by 2% in all directions, and it's not right now. The run slope is good. So, let me see here. Let me get this too. So your run slope is decent. It's just right in this area where it transitions from the stall down to here. It has a little bit of a slope here. So we can either change this all into concrete, and actually, if this is kind of crowned right here at the top, has a little bit of a crown to it. So we could potentially adjust that slope to gradually come all the way this way in order to get this all 2% by 2%, and then fix all this concrete to the doorway. Or we can convert this stall, that stall, and that stall into 2 ADA stalls and a crosshatch walkway in between. There's only one entrance to the store, so that means that door would end up being closed for a day. ADA compliance wise, as far as the running slope on the concrete, it's fine up at the entrance. Right here though, on these stalls, if we were to replace all the asphalt here, you would have a section here where these 3 stalls would be concrete. This is out of ADA compliance just slightly. So it's 3.2% in that area right there. 3.2. Okay. So the run slope is good. The cross slope is not in some areas. Cross slope here is good. Oops, excuse me. So probably the easiest thing to do for ADA compliance would be to convert these stalls up front into ADA stalls, with an ADA stall here, walkway, an ADA stall, and then putting up a couple surface mount posts on both sides. That would be the least amount of concrete work. Or you do this option and take out all the concrete because of the different chips in the concrete. That being one, that being another, and then that area there, plus the crack in the concrete. And then taking the concrete all the way out to the crosshatch here, 18 feet out, converting these 2 ADA stalls plus the cross hatching into concrete, and then running new concrete to the doorway. That would be the other option. Okay, I think that's about it. No other asphalt repairs really need to be done out here at this time. Just some crack fill and definitely a seal coat on this property. Now I'm heading towards the back of the property where the alleyway is. No major asphalt repairs needing to be done. You can see there used to be stalls here in the middle, but I think those went away and they just did parking stall striping on the outside. So it'd probably stay the same, but need to be restriped. And then a yellow line being restriped here in the back, as well as a 12-inch do not block with 4-inch yellow around the back door. And that's it.